West side, I'm triple gold. Yeah, picture me rolling with some Dayton's on the Benz. I got no love for you niggas, ain't no need to be friends. Included you in my vision, thought you wanted to win. Cut you out, I tore it down and built it over again. Shit ain't stopping, I'ma pop it till the day is the end. Made myself in the beginning, then I made me again. When it's over, ice my shoulder, I ain't making amends. Play that trick in CeeLo Green, let it blow in the wind. I'm smoking better than I ever did. Gas prices just dropped, guess who got it in? Come get a fill up while the price right. In the dark, I'm shining like a night light. Cutting snow cap, the weed whiter than ice spice. Like Mike, what I say when they ask how I'm trying to ball. Y'all thinking Calvin Cambridge, but I went bald and all. Long story short, I'm never folding, but niggas still wishing and hoping. Picture me rolling, shining when you see me outside. I be chain smoking Zod, got me out of my mind. She be calling, trying to kick it, but it's hard to find time. Wake up in the morning, thank God, and then grind. Yeah, I don't pop pills, can you picture me rolling? 4K still, can you picture me rolling? Undeveloped film, can you picture me rolling? Fuck a record deal, can you picture me? Picture me, you niggas tickle me. Ain't fucking with my baby pictures, is you kidding me? Triple gold, made Dayton daily, I'm back in that mode. Before the summer's over, match me, I smoke out the bowl, make it roll. In the beginning, shit was going slow. Pack drop, this growing wings, come get it for it's gone. Check the mail, break a box like I'm Donkey Kong. Did a reel, made a sale before I up the post. Phone ringing, where you at? I'm on the way to you. Out the trunk, I made a killing, I know Ray Caruth. You can't dunk if you need me to throw the alley-oop. Never seen a meal, but it's coming soon, I found the loop. Went to Muse, in the dark you see my jewelry gleam. Had to make some chicken soup, them niggas sick of me. I'm back together, niggas wanna see me broken. Of course I had to triple my golden. Picture me rolling, shining when you see me outside. I be chain smoking Zod, got me out of my mind. She be calling, trying to kick it, but it's hard to find time. Wake up in the morning, thank God, and then grind. Yeah, I don't pop pills, can you picture me rolling? 4K still, can you picture me rolling? Undeveloped film, can you picture me rolling? Fuck a record deal, can you picture me? West side, I'm so motherfucking triple gold. Niggas hoped it was over, but in my mind, we just getting started.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Wreaths Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, 2 Lives at Once. And with every Wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. 2 Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, 2 lives are saved at the same time. by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
There was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel, a knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Maybach music.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on Spilt liquor.
Every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God goes writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
Welcome to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. I'm your host, Lito, with my co-host, Sinista1. How you doing today, bro?
Man, shoot, we got a lot to talk about. Look. I'm a mental health.
We're getting
day
right into it. Yeah.
Is a 10 because rest. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know it's been like a week and a half since we've been here. A lot has gone on, people. I'll just say that.
Understatement. And here's the thing, it's not just wrestling stories, it's shit like outside of wrestling. You know, it's the shit that people are doing outside. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm at a 10. I was excited to get ready to go tonight.
Where I took me a little nap before I came on. Cause at work it was crazy at work today, so I took a little nap. Got me some
That's
energy.
when you know you're getting older. You
get
come home
get
and
a nap in.
You gotta get that 20-minute refresher before you do
Gotta
something.
get that nap in, man. Gotta get it in. I had to get that nap in, and shoot, now I'm good.
Back in the day, we used to come home from work, eat dinner, get changed, get showered up, and then off to the club, and then come home at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, depending on how your night went at the club. Non-stop.
You are not lying. You're not lying.
Now, if you got to go to a club, you need a nap, a shower, maybe another
you
nap.
should be able to you get right off work, come home, shower real quick, get dressed, and go out.
And be at the club till last call.
Yeah, facts. No lies, bro. No lies at all.
If someone asked me to go to a club, I gotta think about it.
Well, I don't be in the club no more anyway. I'm married, so clubs there's nothing for me to go in the club for.
Well, she performs. So we gotta strategize when she's performing.
Right. We got a lot to get into. Let's get right to it, man.
Yeah, man.
First and foremost, shout out our guy Joe. New England Fanfest next year. We will have a booth at New England Fanfest next year. It is May 2nd, correct?
Mm-hmm.
May 2nd. May 2nd. And they just added the Powers of Pain.
This is getting crazy. We still got almost a year, bro. The lineup, he announced DDP first. He announced Diamond Dallas Page first. Yep. And we was like, yo, this is going to be special. And then every announcement has been Javi Whippleman. Come on now.
Adam Bomb.
Oh, this is going to be crazy. Yo, we're going to be right there, smack dab,
be right there with him.
Live.
Yeah. Right next to him.
Oh, my God, bro.
That's about to be crazy, man. That's about to be crazy.
We're about to kick pretty much every other podcast in the crotch when we go. Because I'm gonna plan some shit. I'm planning some shit for this podcast when we go. I want to make sure other podcasters are leaving with tears in their eyes. Why they do that to us?
I'm wondering now that we talk about it. I wonder because there's gonna be countless amount of wrestlers, movie stars, people that sell toys, toy collectors. It's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff
And
Has there ever
for
been-
those Rick Pease is in the chat. For those who just was talking, we was talking up air, and I actually talked to Kevin before we came on live, and I said, hey, you know what? We're doing some good stuff with the show, but I said, the fig stuff, I don't know much about the figs, but
Yeah.
Kevin does, as you can see in the back, and I really think Kevin should work in a segment about the figs weekly or monthly if we can on the show,
Yeah.
depending how they come out. I think
Maybe
that'd be
try
a
to
great
get
thing.
one figure collector per month on. That would
Yeah.
be dope.
Yeah, yep. So, cause how often do they release the figs? Is it after pretty much every major PLE?
No, they don't do it that often.
Okay.
So they just had some. So they did something at WrestleMania, in April, where they put up a bunch of figs that are going to be coming throughout the year. Now we're about to get into San Diego Comic-Con, where they're going to release other figures that are going to be coming probably early next year.
Okay.
So they got a whole lineup of stuff like for the rest of the year already, that you can see. Ringside Collectibles, that website. They do not pay me or nothing like that. That's where I go and purchase my figs. Ringside Collectibles, they actually will show you everything that is coming from now to December, where you can pre-order things, and then some. I got some stuff coming. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they emailed me yesterday, told me my stuff is on the way. I got some stuff coming.
Okay. Okay. Rick Pease is in the chat. He says he's here. He said the only club I go to at this age is a sandwich club, a club sandwich. I feel you, bro.
Club turkey sandwich.
Give me a Reuben.
Club provolone. Club turkey and provolone. That's the.
So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start working in the fig discussion when major figs come out, and when he has a guest coming on that knows about. Because I don't know about that stuff. I've got.
And every time I get
figs
something,
here.
I will
I'm
show
not
it.
wrestling.
Like I will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yep.
Every time I get something new in, I'll grab a fig and I will. I'll talk about it. And
you have a what is it? You have a whatnot, or what is it that you do on the? Because you do it during the PLEs.
Yeah, it's called Whatnot. My Whatnot username on there is KJ the Collector. And I get on there. You can buy figs. I get on there at any time actually. But when I want to sell, I kind of sell close to the PLEs because a lot of people are, depending on who you may see in the PLEs, people be like, oh, I want that fig, Yeah, and if it's something that I got that I can get rid of or whatever, that I don't mind getting rid of, I'll get rid of it.
That's smart. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. So,
that's the impulse buying.
Yeah, people will just buy. Woo. People, and if it's and a lot of my stuff too, like I don't do a lot of loose figures. I don't sell a lot of loose figures. I do have some. I'm starting to notice people do like loose, because if you sell it to them mint on card, which is just mint on card is right, the box in box, not open, stuff like that. A lot of times you can sell it for more than what you purchase it for in the stores, based off of the figure, based off of how. If it's a champion, you know what I mean? You can sell that mug for, you know what I'm saying, something nice. If it's like right now, they have something called an Ultimate Edition, which is you've seen them. They're in the. You're about to make me have to grab one.
Yeah, I was checking in the store for you. What's going on, Steve Hook? I see you in the chat. Steve Hook, Brockton Emergency Access is in the chat. Bima.
They've got a new Ultimate Edition that has shown up on the West Coast. I have not seen it yet on the East Coast or in the Midwest yet. It is a Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition, in the Ultimate Edition box. The big box.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's looking up. Yep,
yeah.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah.
So, be on the lookout for that. It's only going to be at Walmart. Walmart only.
So, and then for those who don't know, I've actually been popping into the Walmart here on the East Coast for my man Lito.
Yeah.
I found, what was it, a Booker T, I think it was?
Yeah, you know what I found out, though? That Booker T had been tampered with.
Really?
Someone stole the belt that was out of it. I had the belt already that he had, but someone stole the belt out of it.
See,
so that's another issue.
That seems to be a big issue that you said.
Yeah.
People swap the heads or they take the belts and stuff like that. And shame on Walmart.
Shame on Walmart. Shame on Target. Shame on all these places that actually sell figures. They will allow you to come in, you buy the figure as is. They're not paying attention when you're bringing it back, right?
That Booker T was on sale. It was on the clearance, remember? And that was probably why. That
because
explains
they took the
why
belt
it was
out.
on the clearance. Yep, the belt was missing.
Yep, they took the belt out.
So the next time when I go and I see a clearance one, we'll FaceTime and then we'll see, you can say, hey, what's missing out of it? And you can say, well, I still might want that because I can get it online, that missing piece. So we can still do that. That's good to know, though. That's good to know in the figs.
And what they're doing, a lot of collectors are doing, is they're noticing that Walmart and Target and all these other places, they don't really like check to see what the figure looks like. So as long as it fits into the little plastic, mold that you put the figures in, they assume that that's it. It can look crazy. I seen a figure that they had out. It was the elites, right? The elites have like the ab crunch where they move forward. You see they have like a little spot in there. Hold on, I'll grab one. I'll show you the difference between an elite and a basic. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, he's going in the secret stash. You got to turn the camera off. You got to turn the camera off so we can't see the secret stash.
What'd you say?
I said you turned the camera off like you was going into the secret stash.
I had to. I can't share everyone my stash, bro. So this is the Miz, right?
Okay.
The light's kind of bright. Can't
That's
really
okay.
see his face right now.
I can see it. Yeah.
So you see, like, he has no ab crunch at all. Like nothing, nothing there. Now, this is Randy Orton. This is an elite. Now, if you lift his shirt, you'll see
it's more detailed.
Yeah, it's like you see right there, like he has that ab crunch right there.
Yep.
So that's how you can tell the difference between a lot of the figs and the figs that so when they're doing swapping, a lot of times they'll find an old Randy Orton that was like a basic that don't have the ab crunch, and they'll put it, if it fits in that spot, they'll just put it in there and take it back. Gotcha. So they're taking essentially the new one and they're swapping it out for their old stuff and taking it back to Walmart or wherever, and they're taking it. And so they're getting their money back too. Not only are you bringing a fig back, but you're bringing a different fig back, but you're getting your money back.
So what Walmart needs to do is when people are going through that return process on things like that, the collectibles and things of that sort,
they should have a photo to look at.
Exactly. It's easy enough when that return comes to pull that photo up and look at it and make sure it's the right thing. You could eliminate 100% because that's still theft. That's really theft.
It is.
You could clear that up. You could clear that up when somebody brings it back, because I'm pretty sure there's people out there who know and get stuff and swap it, make it fit, and then bring it back and say, hey, this is the wrong one. Most cashiers aren't going to know who a John Moxley is. They're just going to look at the box with the figure in it.
That's
and,
it.
And
they're going to assume that you're bringing back the same, even if it looks crazy. They don't know.
They
you know what I'm saying? So
it's not like a Hogan where majority of people are going to say, hey, that's not a Hogan, that's a Kevin Nash,
Yeah.
So that's.
But even that, I've even seen that. I've seen Hogans that have been swapped out. Crazy. So yeah, that's a huge thing that's going on now. And then if they don't do that, they're just opening the box like on the low, like right around all the figs, and they'll try to grab a belt out or something out of there and leave the box open, and then hurry up and get out. Try to get out the store, put it in their pocket, and get out the store. So. It's crazy, but that's the toy collection business right now, man. Like everybody is realizing how these figures are looking and how valuable a lot of them are on streams like Whatnot and the eBay and stuff like that. So yeah, just be careful when you're out there. So if you're searching for toys or something like that, wrestling figures. If you go up to a box, pull up your phone and look and put the name of that figure that's on the box and look at the box and make sure that it has everything in there. and they don't, you know what I'm saying? So they give descriptive everything on
and
it.
The SKU is the same on every product, so you can just put the SKU into your phone and Google, and that product will come up with the SKU. People don't realize how important a SKU is when you're talking with items. Rick P says it's the easiest commodity for Walmart to write off as children's toys. Yep, it is. And that's why they're all loaded in the clearance section.
Yep. That's why they see here they don't put them in the clearance section. They still have. There's a ton of Moxleys that nobody's buying, and there's a ton of the NWO 3-pack that nobody's buying. And the NWO 3-pack is $70. The Moxley is $40. Eventually, those are supposed to get marked down to, go to clearance because they've been up. Nobody's buying them. You got to mark them down or something. But the one that I go to, for some reason, they don't mark them down, and they sit there forever. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Let's get into our topics. Our other topics tonight. AEW. Darby Allin. He finally completed the Mount Everest climb, and Coffin drops from the top. I know you got a pick of that. You got to have a pick.
Yeah,
You want to show the pick?
Let me put that up here. It is right there.
The Bronx Walk of Fame.
Hold on. Darby
He's
Allin
crazy.
Pick. Let's see what we got here with Darby Allin. That's CD.
He is crazy for
there
that.
we go. There's the pick right there.
He's crazy for that.
That's
all
crazy.
I can say.
That's crazy. that's crazy. But that's Darby Allin in a nutshell for you.
Yeah. That's a crazy photo, right? But like, if you think about it, because you can't come all the way down fast, right? So like, what did he just do that from he was almost at the bottom?
He was he was at the top, and it must have been like a 10, 15, it looks like about a 10, 15 foot drop into the snow.
Okay,
and,
so that
he did the Coffin drop, and to be honest, he's lucky that the promotion allowed him to do this, because back in the day, a lot of promotions, if you're a top tier guy, then you're gonna have it in your contract that you can't do stuff like that. But
you can't do no craziness.
But because social media, brings a lot of attention and money, as we see, to wrestling, they allowed him to take this time off. And just imagine the pop this guy's gonna get when he comes back.
It's gonna be crazy.
The pop is gonna be crazy. Craziness. And the Coffin drop now.
He's done. Yeah.
Coffin drop's gonna get the huge pop now.
And
what it's
him
gonna
doing
do
this,
for them.
his toys are gonna go. His toy merch is gonna go up.
Oh yeah. Because not many people can climb Mount Everest. People have died climbing Mount Everest. So
his toy merch is going up, baby.
Rick P says KB would check everything, return I work for them. Yeah, I work for them too. I work for KB.
I miss Toys R Us and I miss KB Toys. I miss both of them,
I work for. It wasn't KB Toys here. It was an affiliate. It was another version of KB, Toy Works, and then they became KB, and then they closed. They went out of business. But I worked for them. I actually worked for them when I was young, out of high school, and at Christmas time, I chased somebody out the store because they took a carriage of toys and blew through the doors and security and went to their car, and I chased them out the store. And this is when I learned stupidity stuff. I chased them out to the car, and they got away. The Brockton police come, and I was young. I was like 18, 19 years old, full of piss and vinegar. And the cop says, "Why'd you follow him out to the car?" He goes, "You know this store?" He goes, "It's insured for $1,000 loss a day." He goes, "They could care less about you." And that's when I learned that stores have loss that they write off every day.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn. He's like, the cop was like, don't ever do that.
And that was back then. So imagine what the insurance is now.
That was like the 80s and 90s. Yeah, that was like the 80s and 90s. I actually knew a girl who worked for a famous, and I can't say which store, but if the sales weren't good over the holidays or Valentine's Day, this certain lingerie store, they would call in and say that they had this big theft of lingerie at this store. It was part of their SOP pretty much. I don't want to put the store out there, but But she refused to do it, and she lost her job because she didn't want to do a false report on stolen items. to help.
Yeah, like I said, you never know how much things now. So just imagine that's probably why Target and Walmart and all these other places, they just let stuff go. There's still Kmart in certain places. There's not one here, but
yeah, they closed the ones out here. Well, that's like Home Depot. Home Depot throws a lot of stuff out too. That's why their dumpsters are locked. So it's crazy. It's craziness.
Swerve Strickland, he unveils the Reebok Swerve Answer 3s. I looked at them. They nice.
Dude, I'm ordering them. I'm getting them.
They nice.
I love my
and
Reeboks.
Then, yeah, Reeboks are nice. And then he had the Predator entrance for this past Sunday.
I'm gonna give it the side eye on that because I seen everybody out there talking about Swerve Strickland doing his Predator entrance with the Predator helmet on. Where's the love for Sinista1? Because I've been rocking the Predator helmet while riding in Vengeance since 2020, and you all want to show Swerve Strickland all this love like he did something new. He didn't do nothing new. Sinista1 been coming to wrestling events and riding around in Vengeance with a Predator helmet on. Come on, bro. Give me my props.
Give me my chips with dip. Definitely, the walkout was super crazy.
It was tough. It was tough.
Swerve is one of my favorite wrestlers. And another thing that I noticed too, AEW figures are actually going up in price.
Really?
Because they were $19.99. Now they're $24.99. I don't know if that's a tariff thing or what, but they're up. Mm-hmm. And they're more than WWE Mattel figures, Elite figures. So yeah, it's crazy. GCW announces the signing of Elayna Black with exclusive event dates. Natty going all in with GCW and her badass character development.
Yeah, the pictures are down in the bottom right-hand corner. You guys see the bottom pictures rotating. You'll see the picture of Natty, which was funny because Natty is in this GCW, which is coming around. They're going to be here in Connecticut. But Natty was actually on Raw 2 weeks ago when we get into the topic of Zoe. Because Natty was there that week. We're going to get into that one because there's a lot of things going on because of these injuries to the women's division. So there's a lot coming down the pipe. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Zoe.
WWE, yeah.
It's crazy. NWA, they announced a deal with Roku.
Question here, so here's the thing about GCW. Question real quick, though. Yeah. We had a gentleman on, Mr. Casey, John Casey. We talked about GCW, and people are forgetting that GCW is still under fire in regards to the death of Sabu, which we played that memorial video, because, people were claiming that GCW is the ones that gave him the synthetic drug before his match. Now, the coroner's report hasn't come back yet, but once this coroner's report comes back, if they conclude that those drugs led to his death, GCW could be...
Yeah, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. It could be a wrap.
And I think because
they're gonna sue.
Yeah, and GCW also. The Sabu stuff hasn't came back yet due to there was something going on in his personal life before he passed. I think he was getting a divorce, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So, I didn't know that.
Rick P says Kratom is harmless. They did say that, but he said he'd have to have taken a shit ton to do anything, and that is the word. That is the word, is that they gave him a shit ton, so he was able to do the match.
That's what they say.
That's the word. They're saying, because that's what GCW's answer was. GCW says Kratom is harmless, it's synthetic, blah blah blah, but they said it was the amount that was given to him. So that's why everything hinges on the report, the coroner's report.
Yep.
So
we have to see what happens. But his family would definitely sue for sure. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They'll definitely sue. Yeah. Rest in peace to homicidal, genocidal, suicidal. That's what they call him: homicide, genocide, suicide,
right.
Sabu. One of the greatest legends that we've ever seen in wrestling. NWA, they announced a deal with Roku Fast for NWA and WOW. The women of wrestling. Wow.
Women of wrestling is under that NWA brand. Everybody's getting streaming deals. Everybody's getting the streaming deals. You know, this is where we talked about this on
good.
the show.
This is good too. This is good
for
as
business.
Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
everybody's got a Roku TV now, you know. So
and look at Natty. Natty can go to GCW for a little while when she's not wrestling and still make a little, money, or she'll probably make a lot, based off of going to GCW because she's a seasoned wrestler. Mm-hmm. And then
I'm thinking about checking out GCW when it comes here to Hartford. I'm actually thinking about it. I'm real curious to check out a wrestling event without a squared circle and just a mat. It's that whole premise of GCW interests me. So I really would like to take it in and just see how it is. It's a little bit more over the top,
more
as
grappling.
Far as the characters are more grappling. So I'd like to check it out.
And Natty competes in NCW's ECW Crockett Cup and slaps heckling fan after elimination. Listen, Natty's she's a badass, man. Like, she grew up in the dungeon. That's what she learned how to wrestle.
One of the best. When you talk schools, that's in the top 3. The dungeon's in the top 3, hands down.
So that's
Some people said it was a work. She's whoever it was. They got the taste slapped out their mouth.
Yeah. So. Say it's a work if you want to. Slap-plow. Moving on to TNA. Border Brawl in Canada on Sunday.
Yeah, that was last
Feature
Sunday. Canadian
stars versus U.S. stars. Did you get a chance to check that out?
It was a good. I didn't check it out. There was a lot of people on that card. It was a good couple of matches, and it was nice for them to take on this take that we have going on with USA. So there was a couple of US teams that were put together that hadn't tagged in like a long time, so they took advantage of that. But that it was up in Canada in Niagara Falls, so the hometown crowd was a lot more happier than the US crowd. But it was a good time. It was a good premise to that event. We ran the flyers before this show.
Yes, we did.
Up until the event, so it was good to see. Good to see.
Yep. Good news. Nikita Lyons finally returned from her knee injury. And she was with her partner in a TNA tag match, Masha Slamovich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you like Nikita Lyons.
Yeah, Dr. Umar would not approve of me and my thoughts of Nikita Lyons. and here's the funny thing. Rick Pease is in this chat, and when she first came on that scene, I hit Rick up, and Rick's like, mm-hmm. And then Drake was in her DMs, and I'm like, man, did everybody see Nikita Lyons all at once? Because everybody, and now she's back, and she's in TNA, and she got a new move, and I'm like,
the Devil's Kiss. You got a clip of that new move, actually.
Well, no, the Devil's Kiss is Stephanie Vacker's move.
Oh, it rivals the Devil's Kiss. That's right.
It rivals the Devil's Kiss. Nikita Lyons' move is called the Bronco Buster. Now, have you seen it yet? Have you seen the Bronco Buster?
I have not seen it. I have not seen this.
You
the only Bronco Buster that I remember is the old one. So I have not seen this new one.
Oh, man, bruh. So you about to see it for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Rick Pease is laughing. He says, I've been following Faith a long time. Yeah, Rick, I think you was the one that told me about Faith and her ass coming off that. Here's the Bronco Buster for you. Here we go.
Running forearm shiver. Oh, God. Nikita Lyons is all over Tessa Blanchard right now.
Damn!
That's crazy.
Bruh.
Ain't nobody letting them do it. Like, come on.
I'm just saying. if you're her man, after a few drinks, babe.
Put me in the corner.
Let's Netflix and Bronco Buster.
After a few drinks, babe, do that move that you did.
That's some shit that will keep a dude. That will keep a brother home. That will keep a brother home all week. Rick P said, I'm tall enough for that ride. Tequila Lions.
Shout out to Rick.
Oh man. I seen that. I was like, what? And Nikita Lyons had been out. And now she's in, TNA. She's moved over from NXT. But this plays into what we're going to talk about with this, what is going on in this crazy ass women's division right now, because it's crazy.
Yeah. And the great thing about TNA is since WWE is owns them anyway now, it don't really matter. They can wrestle over there and come back to WWE, and people don't know Nikita Lyons can really fight. She actually has a background in what was it, karate or
something.
Taekwondo,
yeah, yep.
So don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Trick Williams takes TNA title from. Hold on. Hold on. You know. This has to happen. I'm sorry. Trick Williams.
And Trick trolled him after taking the bet. That was the
TNA title from none other than.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause you love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico.
I have to be honest about this, right? I love Trick. Trick had to go out there and whoop that Trick. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Hendry's the guy. He got to, maybe this means that Joe Hendry is getting a push to WWE.
Could be.
Maybe.
And it's a good segue too, because to the next topic, because this shit was funny as hell, bro. Shit was funny.
And Jordan Grace, she lost as well.
Yep, and that we're gonna give a follow up on that loss, because we know what's up now. We know exactly what's up now.
I don't know what's up yet. I mean, I don't know if I don't know what her.
Well, we know where this is headed. We know exactly. My heart was broken. My heart was broken when they announced it on Monday Night Raw. I was very upset. I was very upset. So.
Yeah. FC Cup winners, Crystal Palace goalkeeper Dan Henderson gets a Joe Hendry promo makeover.
Did you see this shit?
Show the photo of that, man.
That's great marketing. Great marketing, man. That is. That shows the influence of wrestling worldwide when you have stuff like that. That's what impresses me about that whole thing. That a country from way overseas, FC Crystal Palace, takes and applies the Joe Hendry signature to their brand. And that just impressive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Impressive.
Let's go to WWE, man.
Whew.
Saturday night's main event.
Man.
First of all, what did you think?
Okay, so first of all, Saturday night's main event is exactly what it was many, many years ago. It wasn't a top tier card, but
this card was good though.
This card, It is. I mean, Cena versus R-Truth. That's not really a main marquee big PLE card, but it's a Saturday Night Main Event card.
I have a hot take after you're done.
But I watched it. It was a great night. There was a lot of stuff that happened and came down during this. We called it on this show. We said when we said it on this show, we had one or two things was going to happen at this Saturday night's main event. The two things we predicted that we said was possibly going to happen was, one, the Swerve was either going to happen by Sami Zayn, who I still think is going to swerve.
I do too. I still think it's going to happen.
We had said Bronson Reed's coming back because he's due. He's coming back. And even though we predicted it and called it, you was quicker than me on that one. You was like, what the? Yo, that's a scary look. That's a scary look with them minute. With that right now is the best stable in the WWE right now. There's no other
Bronson
stable.
Reed.
That's a crazy stable.
This dude came back. He looks like he's in shape.
He lost some weight.
Lost some weight.
Yeah, he lost some weight.
CM Punk was right there by the guard. He took him out with the quickness. And to add insult to injury, they hold CM Punk's arms and his legs, Big Bronson Reed, off the top rope with a tsunami. Yo, I was like, I seen that. I said, Punk's about to be out for a while.
Yeah, bro. Look. It was a great Saturday Night Main Event. It just like I said, the card wasn't that big like you expect. I mean, it's nice with all the nostalgia and having all the old wrestlers back, having Jesse, and they paid Jesse to come back. They gave Jesse some money to come back.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not there on the cheap. He came there with money.
Yeah, he can pay for sure.
Did you catch him? I think he got a little perturbed.
Yes, and Damian Priest.
Yes, so Damian Priest, and to be honest, I'm still going back and forth over this cage match. I actually thought Drew McIntyre was going to win this match.
I didn't.
But Damian Priest came out and he wins, but he wins just simply by almost like you being pissed off by a sleeper hold. He just simply walks out the cage. And I'm like, this is like the most anticlimactic ending of a fucking cage match that I've ever seen. Like, he just walked out. And I'm like, are you serious?
He did something that people didn't expect him to do.
Yeah, and that's where I think
there's two ways you can win. You can win by going over, you can win by going through, like out the cage. And the ref opened the cage.
And I'm like, he's going back. I'm like, he's going back. When he stopped, I'm like, he's going back in. He's going to go wreck him some more. And he walked right out to, I'm like,
he beat the you-know-what out of
and the chair, I had to rewind the chair shot a couple of times because I'm like, did he hit that right? Because
all I know is he whipped
I did
him.
see the ref's lips when he checked on him. There was a couple of flubs. A couple of things that I did notice, and I'm just going to mention it. And I love wrestling. And on this show, we talked about it. We said that Zelina Vega doesn't deserve this belt. And 2 nights in a row, Zelina Vega has some bad botches. And
she does.
She botched the 619 and broke Chelsea Green's nose.
Yes, she did.
For me, if you're Triple H, you got to say, hey, I gave you this belt for a reason, and you keep making me look. Nia Jax had to learn the hard way. When Nia Jax was injuring a lot of people, she had to take time off and get better at because she was going to hurt somebody. Zelina Vega looks good as hell, but botched wrestling is. I don't care how good she looks. If you botching matches and hurting people, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, and I felt bad for Chelsea Green because that was just a straight botch. And we said this on the show. I'm pretty sure she only got that belt because she was able to secure Aleister Black to WWE for them.
Probably,
and
yeah.
that's why they paid her off and gave her that belt. But you can't keep that for long. I'm sorry. There's a reason why she hasn't been a main eventer, and this is why.
Yep.
Can't.
Hey, I agree, man. What she's doing can't continue.
Rick P said she's become a Zelina Veda, who is known for. Only old school people are gonna know what he meant right there.
Yeah. That's crazy. She better get it together. That's all I know, because it ain't gonna be too many more of those. Triple H is gonna be like, hey, like, this is the second one. You know, so Stephanie Vankier, she lost her title to JC Jane. What you think that means for Stephanie?
They're coming.
Yeah,
Stephanie Vankier losing and Jordynne Grace both losing this past weekend, and they're coming. We got Evolution, which was supposed to be here in Connecticut, is now going to be in Georgia.
They moved it?
Yep, they moved it. They announced it at Raw on Monday night, and they moved Worlds Collide. So that weekend now is Worlds Collide and Evolution in Georgia. So that weekend now is the all-women's PLE for the second time. They're gearing up for Evolution right now. They're stacking the talent. Last week we saw Julia. She came to the SmackDown brand. And then Roxanne Perez came, and she's already inserted herself. Finn Balor inserted her into Judgment Day, and Finn Balor's already destroying Judgment Day right in front of everybody's faces without them even knowing it.
He's doing it on purpose, man.
This is great. I love it.
Do you see the way he's smiling? He's like...
So Roxanne Perez is now part of Raw. They're saying Jordynne Grace will be unveiled on SmackDown this coming week. And they're saying Stephanie Vankier will be on Raw.
Yeah.
Will be on Raw. So you've now added, because when we get into this topic of injuries, Nia Jax is out. She had that head injury. We don't know. I haven't heard if she's coming back yet. Bianca Belair is out. She had surgery on her finger, so she cut a promo last week on SmackDown talking about she's going to be out for a while because her finger looks like she had surgery. She must have tore something. So she's out. Buddy already hinted that Rhea is ready to have a kid, and she's ready to take time off. So she's probably going to lose. And it's obvious something's going to happen because they put Io back with the other Kairi Sane. Yeah. So there's a lot coming down the pike for the women. The rumors have been behind the scenes that TKO wasn't happy with the women and said the women were, and I said that's a fake story. That's just to help blow up Evolution. The women are the money makers. The women carried the men in that whole WWE during COVID and coming out of COVID. The women worked their asses off for every PLE. So it's coming. It's coming.
I'll give you a SmackDown and Raw review.
SmackDown?
SmackDown was...
So here's my thing. I hate SmackDown before Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Nothing really happens because you don't want anybody injured.
Yep. Before any PLE, actually.
Yeah. I find SmackDown on Fridays before PLE is super weak. It's a lot of promos. Yep. The promo shoots were good. Again, we saw Karrion Kross, but again, no action. So I don't know what's up with that. The big thing that happened at SmackDown was Bray Wyatt's birthday and the Wyatt Six was back.
Yes.
And that was a huge pop for that match.
It was.
So, and I knew something was coming. Not that, because I'm saying to myself, okay, you've got Montez Ford in them against the new team, Brexis there. And you're like, okay, they're on this roll, but you can't have them win, and you can't have. So I'm like, what is going to happen here? And then, sure enough, it was a great spot to bring the Wyatt Six out. It was a great that was just great spot to bring them out because you knew you weren't going to get a winner out of that match. But again, that tag division is stacked.
It is.
But I think, like I said, a lot of your lucha wrestlers that are in this tag division, they're gone. They're all headed off to the AAA that they bought. This is going to be Rey Mysterio's puppy. He's going to be the Shawn Michaels of this, and we're going to see a lot of those guys transfer over because they keep talking about this other guy. I haven't seen him wrestle. Have you seen him wrestle yet? This cat that's been
bald-headed cat, the bald-headed guy,
yeah,
with the tail, yeah.
Is he a problem? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him wrestle yet. Rick has probably seen him.
He's about to wrestle Americano.
Yeah, Worlds Collide. He's gonna be wrestling at Worlds Collide. He's either
you wait till.
Oh really?
That's all I can say. Listen. Yeah, he ain't no. That's why they not letting him wrestle until the end.
Oh really?
They're not going because he's like that. Super high flying. Yeah.
Oh, he said, yeah. Rick P said El Vecchino.
Yeah.
He said it's fire. He said he's fire. I'm not even gonna go on YouTube now. I'm not even gonna look him up. I'm gonna wait till Worlds Collide.
You could. I mean,
no. I want to wait till Worlds Collide so you can hear me call you.
Like, call me like, oh shit.
I want to call you. I want to be like, what the?
Hey, that's what we do, y'all. When it's a PLE on and something crazy happens, one of us will call the other one, right? Yeah. Real quick.
We got Penta,
and we're yelling.
We got Penta at Worlds Collide. I forget who Penta's going up against at Worlds Collide, but that's going to be a fire match too. Worlds Collide's about to be bad as hell. Worlds Collide's about to be crazy.
So Money in the Bank there's Money in the Bank and another one on the same day.
The AAA, that's AAA World, that WrestleMania for Luchas is the same day as the Money in the Bank. That's supposed to be crazy.
Yeah, I seen the lineup of that. That's gonna be crazy too. I think La Parka's fighting. You remember La Parka?
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. It's like back to the WCW Lucha days. This is where we're headed. We're headed back to that time. That was the most underrated era of WCW was that Lucha. That cruiserweight division was crazy. Talent on top of talent.
Crazy talent. Let's get into these injuries, man. Nia Jax has injured her head, and Zoe Stark's knee injury.
So let me get up the Nia Jax injury. Yeah. She took a chair shot, but that was her own fault. She didn't hold the chair correctly, and she didn't have it tight at the time of the bump, and the chair hit her in her head and split her head open.
Yeah.
So she's out for a little bit until she comes back, and then it was prayers up for Zoe Stark. Let's get that up there before we show the injury.
But man, you gonna do Nia like that, yo? What's wrong with y'all?
I mean, that's her own fault.
Yeah, it was but shit.
Certain days, I might comfort Nia. I might comfort Nia. Certain days, I might comfort her. Some days,
her.
Some days she's not all. Some days I'm not attracted to her. Some days she'll come out and I'll be like, oh damn, she looked kind of good today.
Some days you're attracted to her and some days you're not.
Yeah, I'm like that with y'all. I'm like that with Bailey too. Some days Bailey will come to that ring and I'm like, ooh, Bailey looks good. And then sometimes Bailey will come to the ring and I'll be like, something about Bailey tonight. She ain't just. It's weird like that. I mean, Rhea comes to the ring and it's the same every time. So it ain't never changing, bro.
Rhea will body slam you, bro. That's how she get down.
Well, that's what. So Buddy was on a podcast. They were talking about why they got married, and Buddy said that the reason why he asked Rhea to marry him is because he said they were working out together and doing wrestling moves, and Buddy said that he had her in a lock, a leg crush lock with her head, and he said that she wasn't giving up, And he realized, damn, if this chick won't give up, that means I better not cheat on this chick, or she gonna kill me. And he said when he realized that, he's like, I gotta marry this chick because she gonna keep me faithful. And that's why. And I'm like, buddy, you a lucky man, bro. You a lucky man, cause
man, oh. Yeah. Yeah. That shit was from a drop kick. She tried a drop kick and that Yeah. Yeah.
perform at that wrestling level, I pray for her, like we said, prayers for her, but I don't see her coming back to wrestle at that level. What I question is about all these injuries and things that have been happening. You know, we talked about them in Spot, but like with Zoe Stark here, and I might be kind of an asshole for saying this, but Zoe Stark, you're coming back after this knee tear injury. You know, football players, basketball, you see this. Why did Charlotte Flair, why did she not have a brace? So that doesn't happen, because that's what I'm kind of at. I'm like, okay, we've seen how it bent. We've seen how it gave out. You already had this injury. Why did you not have a brace to keep that from happening again? That's what I'm questioning there. I just want to play devil's advocate.
And I feel like, too,
it sucks,
she took off a little far. She took off. So where EO wasn't quite at the spot yet.
Right.
So she kind of tried to go a little further, and that's why she ended up landing weird, because if EO would have been there, then she would have been fine. Mm-hmm. But EO wasn't there yet, so she kind of, her timing was off as to when she wanted to springboard. So,
and that was all her weight. That was all her weight coming on the shift of that. That's I could have.
Listen, we done seen some nasty. we done seen some nasty injuries. I remember seeing Sid Vicious jump off the top and break his fibula. Remember that?
I mean,
tibia,
well, just like we said, just recently, Bronson Reed. When Bronson Reed broke his ankles, that was nasty. You knew that man was hurt.
But it wasn't
except they
like
didn't
Sid
stop the
Vicious,
match.
though. Oh,
yeah, no.
Well, Sid Vicious, his whole it broke in half. It was another big guy.
Rick P said, sometimes Bailey comes to the ring like, wow, and he says, and then some days Pam shows up.
Yo, Rick is hilarious. Not Pam. That's crazy.
You know what's funny too? Speaking of people coming to the ring, and I've mentioned this before in a loose way, but this is just fact true. I love seeing the videos of white men who realize that they may like chocolate.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
When Jay Cargill comes to that ring, I immediately go looking at the men in the crowd because I'm like, there's always that one dude that's like, he got like a Confederate flag type shirt. He's one of these dudes from Southern, and all of a sudden he's like, oh no, I'm taking the MAGA hat off.
Let me take this shit off.
And it reminds me of the dude in Coming to America with Sunshine, the white cop.
He called his wife. He said, put your mother on the phone. Hey, I'm never coming home anymore. Dang. He gave it all up for Sunshine, didn't he? He gave it all up. Wasn't married or nothing. He was ready to marry her, though. He's like, we got to get married. Like, you going to make an honest man out of me. You hear me? Because Richie. He told him she loved him before she walked out the room. He crying. Crazy, dude, bro.
Yeah. So for all y'all out there, if you watch Jay Cargill come to the ring, just
pay attention to the crowd.
There was a picture that I think you had shared of a little kid, like a little teen boy, maybe about 13 years old, and Jay Cargill standing there before heading up the thing, and the look on that 13-year-old boy's face is, it was like me and that Farrah Fawcett, that first Farrah Fawcett poster at 13. This kid went home. This kid went home. And see, these kids got phones now. These kids all got phones. So kids can just go home after a WWE and then put Jay Cargill in. And
and watch all our fights or whatever. Craziness. 10:28. We're good. Last thing. Congrats to Damian Priest for getting a street named after him in the Bronx. You got a clip of that? Yeah,
it's crazy because for those who don't know about Damian Priest coming from the Bronx, he's told this story. This is a guy who was, he had a kind of a bad bringing up. He had some bad luck. He was homeless, living out of his car. He was a bouncer at a nightclub, and that's kind of how somebody discovered him. They was at a nightclub. And he's kind of like this generation's DDP, because that's what DDP was. DDP was, he had no wrestling experience, but the guys would always go to this bar that DDP was a bouncer at, and guys was like, hey, he's got the look, he's got this, but DDP was like, I don't know how to wrestle. And that would be some of the things I'd be like, damn, DDP turned into be one of the top 50 wrestlers of all time. That's what's so crazy about it. This was a guy that, it's crazy. So Damian Priest now has a street named after him in New York, and I guess it's a street where his dad used to take him growing up. So they named this street for him, and being a Puerto Rican. So
what we're going out with that clip.
Yeah, we're gonna go out with this clip. So we probably should say our goodbyes because we're just gonna go right to the outro. So I'll let you go first with your goodbyes.
Yeah, listen. Thank y'all, man, for coming tonight. We always have great shows. We got some stuff coming up real soon. Some more guests. Some possibilities of guests. And yeah, we're just gonna keep it pushing, man. Thank y'all for everything. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, good stuff. Hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. Rick P's in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. And here's that clip. Yeah, here's that clip. And then we'll be back next week with Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. But here's that clip, courtesy, I believe it's CBS News. Here we go.
Yeah. Peace.
The Bronx Walk of Fame highlights people who grew up in the borough and achieved great things. It's lined with names like Luther Vandross and Regis Philbin, and now WWE wrestler Damian Priest. Bronx reporter Erica Lunsford spoke with Priest about what it means to him.
3, 2, 1.
For WWE wrestler Damian Priest, this moment is one of many dreams to come true.
I've said it since I started in WWE that I just want my name to live forever. I just want to do something and do things that people remember me by. And getting this honor, it's kind of like, wait, did I just achieve that? You know?
His name will now live as part of history along the Bronx Walk of Fame. We spoke to him ahead of the unveiling at City Island, a place that stands out in his childhood.
My dad would bring me here all the time and order a lot of fried shrimp. That was my favorite food as a kid.
Priest shared he grew up in different neighborhoods in the Bronx, including Castle Hill and Parkchester.
We didn't have much, but we didn't need much. We just needed family and love and our community.
At a young age, he shared he knew he wanted to be a WWE superstar. His impact in the WWE world has touched many in his home borough.
This is a guy who I sincerely admire because he really represents Latinos everywhere, and he's not shy about it. It shows you, like, you know what, if you dream hard, you dream big, you can make it, man. You know, and then you come back and you bring that back to the Bronx again.
As his legacy lives along the Bronx Walk of Fame, Priest hopes his plaque will be an inspiration to others.
When it comes to having a dream, nobody's going to work for your dream but yourself, and you got to be honest with yourself and work as hard as you can to achieve what you want.
Other honorees for this year's Walk of Fame include artist Devon Rodriguez, along with former NBA star Kemba Walker, freestyle legend Judy Torres, and TV personality Gary Axelbank. In the Bronx, Erica Lunsford, CBS News, New York.
And as you can see, Erica's our reporter covering the Bronx. If you have a story idea for her or you'd like to watch more of her stories, just scan the QR code on your screen.
Every angle hitting me in vantage points, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of Thor, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow, double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously, cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you can say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy, mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me, creating imagery that everybody alike, like I made a simile. Facts.